Welcome back to The Full View. Now, nationwide protests took place this week in Kenya against the newly tabled finance bill, which seeks to add an additional $2.7 billion through additional taxes and levies on staple consumer goods such as a 16% VAT on bread, cooking oil and sanitary pads. The bill also seeks to draw revenue by taxing digital financial transactions. The largely youth-led protest organized through TikTok has drawn various concessions from the government on the finance bill, but these are seemingly not enough as protests persist. Joining us to deconstruct the bill and its implications is Kenyan lawyer Nadia Nthia. Nadia, good evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Really do appreciate it. This bill is incredibly contentious. I don't remember in recent history protests of this scale in Kenya, no less led by young people. What are the implications, not just economically, but on taxation law altogether in Kenya?
Good evening, Oliver. Thank you very, very much for that question. Now, the Finance Bill 2024 was first tabled in Parliament on the 9th of March of this year. And you'll find when you go through the document, the bill introduces nearly over 200 new taxes from what was there before. And the impact of this is threefold because it seeks to impact our economic livelihoods, education and health, entrepreneurism and innovation, because in essence, taxation is not meant to serve as a tool of oppression to the common citizen. It is meant and it is supposed to be geared towards revenue collection for the operations of the government. But when you find something like them taxing digital marketplaces and content monetization, because the bill introduced a 20% tax for non-residents and 5% tax for residents on income in digital or from digital marketplaces and content monetization. So while it may to them seem like a proper initiative for revenue collection, but on the ground, while it might increase costs and reduce profits, it could also encourage compliance and formalization, potentially leading to more structured growth opportunities in the digital economy. However, you'll find content creators and people who depend on social media for their livelihoods are going to be greatly impacted. Now, on something like the cost of living, the impact of the bill on cost of living, they introduced an excise duty on all digital services provided by residents and non-residents. And this, in essence, will increase the cost of internet data, digital services. And you'll find in this time and day, we depend a lot on the internet for education, for entertainment, for business. So this government imposing that 20% excise duty is actually going to impact our cost of living. And with regards to education and health, the impact of the bill or the bill on education and health, they introduced a new fund called the Social Health Insurance Fund. And they introduced something called the Post-Retirement Modern Medical Funds Tax, which could incentivize more individuals and young people to contribute to the funds. However, we find the SHIF, the Social Health Insurance Fund, to be an unnecessary tool.
Just to get clarity there, Nadia, is the Social Health Insurance Fund a statutory fund? That is to say all employed people are obligated to contribute to the fund? Or is it a voluntary fund people can opt in and out of?
The former. It is a mandatory fund that all employed people, anybody who earns an income, will be required to contribute to the fund.
Yeah. To this, there's a reason why the protest is led by young people, and that context is important, such as the digital marketplace and content monetization, taxation taking place over there. Kenya leads the continent on digital banking and has a high volume of digital transactions, also having a sizable remittance market from the diaspora. This would no doubt add a significant amount of money to the fiscus, which currently borrows a lot to fund its government programs and annual budget. The finance bill is typically a very innocuous bill that's being tabled annually. Why did it seem to stir up and flare so many quarters of the country this time around, taxes notwithstanding? What made people actually pay attention to the content of it this time around?
Thank you, Oliver. We as a people are very disappointed in the administration. We are angry. The people are angry because the bill has come in to tax not just motor vehicles, fuel, content on digital markets. It is coming to tax basic commodities such as bread. So you'll find this youth-led movement that started on social media is just a result of people's displeasure with the government.
Yeah. I guess, as they say, the revolution shall be TikToked as it goes now. Nadia Nthia, thank you so much for your time and your insights this evening. I really do appreciate it.